Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry, and with me, just like he always is, it's Eric the Whiskey Mutant.
That's me.
That's him. Hey, buddy.
Should I change my name?
To what?
I don't know.
Like Gary?
You know, like a reboot of like the Mutant.
Oh, you like your brand. I thought you meant like you change your name from Eric.
What do I look like if I wasn't Eric?
I think it'd be something just really generic, like Steven.
Do I look like a Steven?
No, I'm saying like uncreative. You know what I mean?
I think I look like, yeah, pretty boring, actually.
I think Eric really fits you well, though.
Yeah. Eric, I think, is just plain enough, but it's like, it's on the unique side of the plain names.
Why would you rebrand from the Mutant?
I don't know. I don't think people like me.
What's happening here?
I don't know.
It's too early for a crash out.
Can't do it anymore.
Okay, well, if you want to get more of this, you can head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast and support the show for as little as $1 a month, but $5 a month is where you get bonus content. We do bonus episodes that are sometimes real long and sometimes not very long at all. Because
that's how life is sometimes.
Yeah, we don't always have the stamina for it.
You're short, and that you last, and you don't.
Yeah. This week we did a bonus episode called Pop Chicka Wow Wow, where we opened a brand new bottle. Yes. Tuesdays you get the pregame chats and early access to the full main episode, but it's uncut and unfiltered, unedited, with some bonus stuff just for Patreon. We got a new member we're going to thank at the end of the episode.
Oh, I know. I met him
as well.
today.
I know. I'm excited.
What about if I was just like super mutant? It's like season 2, like Dragon Ball Super. I'm like mutant super.
You just go way over the top.
Yeah. Ultimate mutant.
I mean, you do whatever you want to, buddy.
What if if I rebranded as Ultimate Mutant and I went like the whole like Ultimate Marvel universe and I just started doing things a little bit more edgier and crazier?
But streamline it.
Yeah.
You're only doing like the top 5 distilleries.
Yeah.
You only do like you go back and you're only doing like, you know, donuts, cakes.
Top 5 of everything. I'm just getting
Reese's.
straight to the point.
Yeah,
no tie-ins, nothing. It's just straight to it. And it's a little edgier, a little bit crazier, and they start making a movie about me.
Right, but 6 months in, things go a little bit off the rails.
Yeah.
There's a scotch that gets dropped in, and you're like, I don't know how this happened.
Straight up Mark Miller style.
That'd be interesting.
Nobody'd get it. They'd be like, what the fuck is this?
The Whiskey Mutant crash out is crazy, man. But yeah, patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. Please support the show. We appreciate it. We kick off every episode with a fun little segment. We call it Flying Blind. We're doing that here, right now.
Yes.
I got a sample. It's a big one.
You're good at blind games, aren't you?
No. I'm not. No, I'm not. What do you mean? I'm pretty bad at them. I have fun when I do them, though, because I get to see my friends.
So funny. No.
What do you mean?
You're way off.
You're actually the furthest off you've ever been, man.
That's so funny.
I had a lot of fun doing Matt Madness, though. So
I'm just glad that you're just one of the OGs, and it's just like you're there.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, you're there.
There was a comment on the video afterwards. It was like, Perry still continues to be one of the best things about Matt Madness. And I was like, that just made me feel like that. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
You only cried once.
That was awesome, too. I didn't realize I could pull a cry out. Like, I really got the tears rolling, too.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, we'll talk more about Matt Madness here in a little bit. But I got a big sample for Eric.
It is a big sample.
I'm going to pour him some. And
girthy sample.
And the rest is, you think this is girthy? I love you.
You don't think that's girthy?
Well, for as far as samples go, I guess.
Okay. Maybe not as girthy as I thought.
We're off to the races,
I just
folks.
had to hold it for a second.
We are. This is our Derby week episode too, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah.
The Derby's this week?
Well, I mean, it's a week. Okay, so as of recording, it's a week from tomorrow.
Oh, I'm
but
week
this
off.
is coming out the week
I
of
see.
Derby.
Okay, boys. Okay, boys. Hold up. Okay, boys. What in the strawberry cherry cola is that?
It's pretty spectacular, right?
Yeah, if there was a strawberry cherry cola, I know that strawberry and cherry are very similar. There's a bit of both of them in this, and it's
real good.
Whew. What is that? Oh my God. Do you know all the details on this?
Mm-hmm.
Is this wheated?
No.
Is this Buffalo Trace?
No.
Is this turkey?
No.
Is this Heaven Hill?
No.
Is this Knob Creek?
No.
Is this Barton?
No.
Is this Jack Daniels?
No. You're getting closer, though.
Is this Tennessee something?
No.
What the fuck? You said I was getting closer.
You were.
To Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Is this old?
No.
Is the proof like 110?
Lower.
100?
100.
Okay. 6 years old?
Higher.
8.
Higher.
10.
10.
I don't know. It tastes like a wheated bourbon to me for some reason. I don't know.
We've had this before on the show.
Oh, we have.
Mm-hmm. This is the second release of this particular product.
Is it anywhere in Kentucky?
Yeah.
How was I getting closer when you said Jack Daniels? When I said Jack Daniels,
It's the same
Brown
pairing.
Foreman.
Yeah.
Birthday bourbon?
No.
Dang, fucking gone. I don't know.
Same company, though.
Old Forester.
Yeah.
Old Forester, whatever the purple one is.
1924.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm not the only one who's great at blind taste.
I never said I was. I never said I was.
This is this year's release, batch 2. Isn't it better than
It smells like a
last year's
wheated bourbon. It smells like I thought it was Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, I could completely see that.
Man, I like that a lot though.
Yeah.
Back to this. Could have swore it was a Buffalo Trace. I swear that cherry cola note on it was like, I was like, what is this? Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, that's from Papa Ritter's bottle.
Well, thanks, Papa Ritter. He's such a nice guy.
Isn't he?
I'll give it back to him if he gives me a switch too. No, I appreciate that. That's awesome.
That when we did
When y'all did that episode.
Yeah, when we did the Whiskey Row lineup a couple weeks ago, I said, I didn't get a sample of it last time I was over there and drinking it, so I asked if I could bring you a sample. So
I appreciate that.
I brought you a big sample.
What if he forgot and he was like, what? He's listening. He's like, I
did not do any such thing.
Well, I didn't do that.
What have you been drinking recently?
Let's see.
Knowing full well that we've both been very busy this week.
I know. I'm trying to think exactly what I have.
You taking anything to the ballpark with you?
Not really, because it's so late.
Yeah.
I did have. Hold on. Oh, it was just Easter.
Yeah.
I had old fashions on Easter. Wild Turkey 101 old fashioned.
Wait, whoa. I texted you on Easter and I asked you, what have you been drinking?
I did it that morning. Remember I said I had to stop that thing, didn't I?
No, you said you had like a pour of
did I do E.H. Taylor?
For your 69ing.
I did 69 and I did on I'm telling you, I've only drank pretty much at the beginning of the week, and I got to see what I did. So I had Knob Creek.
Yeah.
I had Knob Creek, Wrestling with Whiskey. Then I sent you a picture of Lodge Creek Barrel Proof when I was watching WrestleMania. No, I took, I forgot what I'd even done this week. So I had Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, 523,
on Easter.
No, for Sinners, when I watched Sinners.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I watched Sinners. I'll talk about that probably next week. I think we're going to talk about something else. But I took that.
Yeah, I want to try to get to see Sinners before.
Friday night, we recorded.
And then I had Matt Madness.
You had Matt Madness. And I...
We're talking like we've been at a funeral or something. I'm really excited about this episode, for the record.
God, like I've completely forgot what all's been going on.
Yeah.
Because when did you go to the concert? On Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
We watched Sinners on Saturday. You were at the concert.
Yeah.
I was watching Sinners. I had Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Then...
Have I told you anything? I don't think I've told you anything about the show. Like how much beer was either?
No, we haven't talked about it.
Oh, jeez.
Sunday, yes. You said, what are you having? I said Coke Zero. And I said I'd had Knob Creek earlier with my pairing. And earlier when we were cooking, I made April a rye old fashioned, and I made myself a Wild Turkey 101 old fashioned.
I don't think I knew that.
That was before I did the pairing. That was like my...
I got you.
So, yes. Everybody's like, what the fuck? So I've had Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B523. I've had a Wild Turkey 101 Old Fashioned. I've had some Knob Creek. And then
We're doing great, man.
I know.
It's okay.
I had a 6-pack of Cougar Bait that I've drank on and off over the past like 5 days too.
Yeah.
So Cougar Bait and all that other stuff.
Nice.
Jesus, that took too long.
It's okay.
I'm so confused on what was going on.
Well, we recorded on Friday.
Yeah.
And then I went and did Matt Madness.
You did.
Which now he's playing mind games with everybody where
now he's like giving hints the week before and what it is. I mean,
you got to follow me and, make sure you're a paid subscriber to my OnlyFans. And
yeah, he tricked you.
You got to
pretty good.
Have watched every episode of Howdy Doody to know the answers. Like, it was crazy. And the funny thing is, like, I watched the previous week and I had noticed that there was a weird, like, lineup of bottles behind him, but I didn't think, that's going to be our lineup.
Russells and something else.
Yeah. Okay. So the 4 samples we got, were all single barrels. It was a Russell's, then a Knob Creek, and then 2 more Russell single barrels. And I didn't pick up that any of them tasted like turkey until the last one, when my guess was a rare breed. I straight up thought that everything else was off profile for what it was. Like, I guessed, and he had said midway through the daggum competition that night that there were going to be some like allocated bottles.
Yeah, I saw
throughout
that.
the competition, throughout the entire competition.
So then it got in your head that you were drinking these bottles.
No, I had already guessed Old Forester birthday bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
I had already submitted my guess for that. And I was like, oh, man, I think I nailed that. And it turned out to be that Russell's pick.
You were texting me, and I was like, oh.
I was like, never mind. Doesn't matter. So I scored a measly like 13 points, and Grease got 70 or something. I don't remember what it was.
Grease?
It doesn't matter.
Grease, when he's healthy, and on his
and well rested,
and on
like
medication is a freak of nature.
It was insane. I mean, he was on some absolute savant, next level nonsense. I was really impressed with it, and I keep saying this. I just was so happy to be there and hang out and like just drink with my friends. Like that to me was the most important thing.
Especially since Grease was on there.
I mean, I rarely get to hang out with Grease. The last time I did was when I pulled up to his house in Franklin, Tennessee.
In your bus.
In the bus. And he, Will and I killed Taylor seasoned wood. Seasoned oak? Whatever it's called. I don't remember.
Season of the Witch or something.
And Grease goes, guys, between the 3 ounces that we have, between the 3 of us, this is like $1,800 worth of whiskey. I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Anyway.
And Grease wore a Whiskey Mutant shirt in this promo.
Yes, he did. Pop corks up pockets. Yeah. I was like, that's the best thing ever. Anyway, it was just an awesome night, and it was a 3-hour stream.
And I stayed up, and I was.
You were there for the whole thing. I couldn't believe it. I appreciated it.
When Kira was trying to tell you to shut up. Shut up, Perry.
I was like, what did I do?
Perry got real Perry a few times, and people were like, "All right, stop it."
Me just being me.
Tried to cheat once.
I did not try to cheat. I did it on accident.
You did cheat.
It didn't matter.
You got called out and you felt bad. You're crying.
Excellent. Anyway, next night I went to see Tyler Childers for the first time ever. He is genuinely one of my favorite musical artists.
I started seeing pictures of that, and he didn't look what I thought he was. I had a Chris Stapleton looking person in my head because I don't know. Really? I don't know what he sounds like or anything. I was just thinking like that. He sounds like that. He straight up looks like Howdy Doody.
We're just gonna keep bringing up Howdy Doody throughout the episode.
You said it earlier, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. No, I had a big like burly like country.
Yeah, dude. He's from Pikeville. Yeah. I mean, just a little dude, but some of the best modern country music. Winona Judd opened for him.
Winona Judd opened for him,
which
That's
is
crazy.
Awesome. She was playing hits the whole time, and a couple times she was like, "These are songs that made me famous before some of y'all were even born," and I was like, "Ooh." Anyway, beer.
What kind?
Bud Light, Mick Ultra, and Country Boy.
Oh, Country Boy.
Shotgun Wedding.
Okay.
How much do you think these beers cost?
It was at Kroger Field, right?
Yeah. The old Commonwealth Stadium.
Well, at football games, they're not that bad.
What are they at football games?
You can get a Bud Light in one of the aluminum cans for like $6. I mean, that's pretty bad considering you can buy a 6-pack. But that's what they are at college games.
That's so nice.
What
$11 for a Bud Light.
Was it in a bottle or a draft? It was a bottle, tall bottle?
Yeah, you could also get it on draft for $11.
$11 for a...
Mick Ultra was $14.
Oh, damn.
And the Shotgun Wedding was $15.
The hometown boys did... I guess that they had no control over...
No. So I had a couple beers and that was it.
A couple beers is $45.
I know, right? I was like, I'm gonna go broke. I got childcare.
No room for merch. I'm sure it was.
I didn't buy any merch. I'd rather like buy it off the website. And, I didn't want to lug it around or anything. The good thing though, like my parents live super close, so I parked at their house and I walked over. I heard some people that, don't have people that live close by, and they were trying to get Ubers
back to Hazard.
Right, or Georgetown or whatever, and they had Ubers canceling on them like over and over and over again throughout the night, and they didn't get home. Like concert was over at like 10:45, 11. They didn't get home until like 3 a.m. It's crazy. Anyway, it was an amazing show. Again, he's one of my favorites, and I got a really good last minute floor ticket.
Ground.
Huh?
Ground.
Ground ticket?
Yeah, it's not. There's a floor at Kroger Field.
Well, they put down a floor.
It's still ground.
Okay, fine. I was on the field.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, again, they put down like...
You were on Kroger Field.
I've been on Kroger Field before.
When? When you played?
No,
Time you
but
hurt
I had
yourself?
a buddy who was doing...
Pulled your ACL?
he was doing photos for Media Day, and he asked me to come and help him out. So I
You never told me about this.
This was years ago.
So you could have brought it up.
This was before I think I even started the podcast.
You know I like football.
Yeah.
You could have told me that.
This was like 2014,
could have
maybe?
bragged about it a
2015?
little bit. Said you were.
Okay, this is me bragging about it now.
It's over now. It's too late.
Anyway, Sunday was Easter. Got to mom and dad's in the afternoon.
You have about 15 Easter dinners?
I had 2.
Okay, well, that's good.
I had 2.
That's a good day for you on a holiday.
I got to sleep in a little bit.
No, that's such a good day for you.
It was nice. Dad and I killed a bottle of Michter's 10 from 2017.
Was it his?
No, it was mine.
Is that one that you got out of the box?
Yeah.
Dang.
Still pristine, too.
I'm not used to you having bottles that old.
Yeah, me neither.
It's weird.
I keep forgetting that I have stuff that old.
That's crazy.
Wait until we get into Pour Me, Pour You. I got something. I poured some of the Derby City for him too.
I still got my sample over here.
Which he
What do you think?
He didn't appreciate it.
Why? He only likes Maker's Mark anyway.
But then throughout the week, it's been pretty tame. Lucy and I hung out on the porch on Wednesday night with the girls like all night long. It was awesome. We ordered dinner, and it was that night where it was just like perfect, and just couldn't have asked for a better evening. And we both like drank beer and had a couple pours too, and it was just excellent. But
nice.
Anyway, it's been a good week.
It's good.
Yeah, I've been stressed and got to switch too.
But yeah, lucky you.
You're still gonna get one.
Fucking piss me off.
I went through plenty of stress to get it.
I know you did. I'm happy for you. I'm just mad because I went to sleep and set my alarm and woke up that night and tried to do it.
Also,
I'm mad about it.
I'm mad at you.
I'm mad at Best Buy. I didn't get the other places because I was trying to get it on your stuff. And all went to hell.
Yeah.
And then I had to get up for work and I was mad. And then I get a text from Perry. I got one. I'm in a meeting. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're silently saying it like...
I threw my phone right in the middle of this meeting, just like...
Eric, everything okay?
No!
I want to talk about it.
I missed it again. Just like I miss shoes all the time because I'm in doing stuff.
I mean, I thought I genuinely missed it just based on how terrible the initial release was with GameStop.
You didn't give up, though.
I did not.
You got it.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal it.
All right, folks.
Voila.
I'm very excited about this.
Is it It's Me or It's Sumi?
Huh?
It's Sumi.
It's Sumi?
It's Sumi Mario.
It's Sumi.
Somebody tried to say that means super, like Super Mario, and he says,
I think
it's Sumi or something like that. Instead of It's Me, we all think it says It's Me Mario. It's like It's Sumi Mario.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Super Mario.
Doesn't matter. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the official.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're here. It's another full turkey episode. We've gone full turkey. And that's all I got. I didn't have anything else prepared. I've been waiting a long time to get this review out and for this bottle to hit Lexington markets. I was hoping for a long time that the 70th anniversary 8-year 101 was going to show up more in town, and it never did.
Never saw it.
It never did. I got one bottle, and yeah. But now that this, what is supposed to be a more regular release, 8-year 101, is going to be around, I'm okay with that, I think.
We'll see.
I don't know. We'll
see.
find out.
We'll see.
But this is Jimmy Russell's gift, it seems to be, to American markets because he wanted to bring back something that
everybody else could get but us.
Everybody internationally could get. And the understanding is that he initially had to kind of push Campari for this product because they just didn't seem to want it for whatever reason.
Those idiots.
Do with that what you will. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyway,
got it now. That's all that matters.
Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work our way through a regular 101. We're gonna drink the current iteration of the 8-year 101 that is now available to us, and we're gonna try it up against the 70th anniversary 8-year 101.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
I'm not upset about this.
Don't.
Even in the slightest. Doing a turkey episode. And soon we might have a turkey man on the podcast himself.
Jimmy?
No.
Eddie?
No.
Bruce?
No.
Bo?
No. Dave Jennings.
Mamaw? What her name is? The Mamaw?
Oh, shoot. What is her name?
Mimi? No. Miss Russell?
I said Dave Jennings. That's the answer.
Who?
You
know, the guy that started on
the guy
him.
that pairs everything with.
Don't even get me started on him.
He sent us samples of Caleb's Crossing.
Well, he's still being a smart ass to me. He's still doing it. Every time I ask him to pair something, more turkey, a glass.
That's something we've only talked about on the Patreon. So if you want to understand what we're talking about, patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. On the $5 tier.
He's got great hair, all that stuff. He's a good guy. Wish I had hair like him.
You just wish you had hair.
That is true.
All right, let's kick it off with regular Turkey 101, shall we?
Classic.
Fresh crack.
It just doesn't, it's never bad. It's just turkey, man. Turkey 101. It's got that kind of
I can't read the laser code.
Spice, kind of cinnamon, dark nose thing going on. A little red hot candy.
I always feel like I'm just going home. Whenever else.
Coming home. Just good. It's just good.
That's a really good batch, too. It's more chocolatey than normal.
Yeah. Or I don't know if I'm getting as much like straight up chocolate, more like a kind of a cocoa.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Ooh. Little graham crackery, too. Interesting.
And we can get this for $20 sometimes.
Yeah. This one was $25.
I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah. This guy, though, $43.
Oh, that reminds me, I gotta send you money.
Oh, yes, please. Which I'm not upset about either. I don't have any issue with this being $43.
Well, I haven't had it yet. You have. You've had a little taste.
True.
I saw you pop it on Matt Madness warming up. I was like, what the fuck is that?
My favorite was your comment that Perry said he's never seen Turkey 101 8-year before. Now he's got it. I don't understand. Even though literally, like, and I was like, do I engage with this?
I know.
Do I pursue this and make more drama in the
chat? My
chat?
favorite thing was just you just like full not selling it at all. You're just like ignoring it the whole time.
There were times where like,
don't embarrass me.
There were times where I was like, I need to, participate in the competition. And there were times where I was like, I'm going to give Eric a little bit. And the best when I was trying to find that Old Fitz sample that we got that was really bad. and I couldn't find it anywhere. And you go, Perry, what are you doing? And my response was, I got distracted. But I was genuinely trying to find it.
I was excited that I got clipped for the show.
It was awesome. It was so good.
That was fun. Oh.
All right.
Okay, boys. Oh, now that's chocolate. Oh, that's chocolate. Cinnamon. Oh, cinnamon.
Stupid.
Cinnamon chocolate cookie or something. Oh.
That nose is so unbelievably top tier.
Wow. And there is such a big difference.
A huge difference.
My God.
And the funny thing is, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit.
That's insane.
Go to the 70th. Am I crazy?
Is it the same?
I don't think there's much of a comparison. I think the new 8-year
they're real
is
similar
a little bit more though.
There is a leathery note on the 8-year that is an extra layer compared to the 70th.
Yeah.
They're very similar right at the start,
but
on the nose at least.
When we reviewed the 70th, and I think this is something that you have maintained ever since it came out, you said that it feels just kind of like a slightly elevated version of the regular 101.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a layered version.
But the 8-year...
The 8-year is
just like pushes
darker.
it even further, I think.
It's like a tobacco leathery note that makes it stand out from the other two.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's like, God, what am I trying to say? If a Hershey bar was better than a Hershey bar.
Mm-hmm. It's like real chocolate. It's not fake chocolate.
But it's still like kind of melts in your mouth. Like it's still got that Hershey bar consistency, but it's like the best thing ever.
Also, this was bottled back in February.
Bottled in February?
Yeah.
Where did they hide it?
I don't know. Jimmy had it all at his house.
Jesus.
Like, Jimmy, we need to go out to the barn for a little bit. He's like, no, you don't.
Don't go in there. Oh, man.
We're busy.
It's thick, too.
It is.
It's a thick boy. 3 C's.
3?
Yeah, that's how thick that is. Oh, man, that's so good.
It's so funny to me that this doesn't really read like a whole lot of other turkey products.
It doesn't. I don't think I could pick this up and just instantly be like, oh, this is 101.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the average age of things in 101, the normal one?
I think it's like 6. Is it 6 to 12? Aged between 6 and 8 years.
6 to 8.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't remember the 70th anniversary having this much character.
I just remember it being super good.
Yeah.
Guess we smelled it a second ago, didn't it? It still smells good.
It smells more dusty than I remember.
Mm. That's so good too. I will say when it does taste like a dusty turkey.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's still Turkey 101.
Yeah,
Almost.
I agree.
Going back to what you said about me earlier, like it's more online with like I said, the special version of 101 than normal. The 8-year just seems like it's its own thing. Like there's not like we're just an elevated 101. This just feels like freaking like this is like Master's Keep style.
This is a crazy thing to say, but I know what you're.
It's on that path.
Yeah. To me, it almost feels like with this first batch, and I mean, this might not be the actual first batch of the 8-year 101, but it's like, see what we can do with this. Like, this is going to stick around, and it's, don't lose faith in us because this is the best iteration of what this is supposed to be. You lost us for a while, and it's okay that we came back. You should have full confidence in this as a product.
Well, they got my attention.
Is it enough to replace regular 101 for you? At not quite, but close to double the price.
If I can consistently get it,
that it's supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not yet because I think at least in Kentucky's market, and I think it will as soon as like the initial hype.
That's a good question.
Dies off.
That's a really good question.
$43 compared to $25.
That's close enough to where I would probably be like, I'm just going to go ahead and get the 8-year.
I kind of feel the same way.
But it has to be this good.
I agree with that too.
This is consistently good no matter what. Like, I don't know what freaking batch. This is batch 1 billion of Wild Turkey 101.
Exactly.
But it's always good. Is this always going to be this good, or is it eventually going to be like we're going to get a batch that's like, oh, this just tastes like regular 101?
But we've had that with regular 101 where some of the batches haven't been as good as others, but we've persevered through it.
Yeah, I know.
We've done the Lord's work.
Bad batch. Never been. I was gonna wink, and I got sad because that show's not on anymore.
I saw it.
It's okay. Yeah, I think if I know that this tastes this good for that price and it's there, I would probably just go ahead and grab it anytime I saw it. Like I was like, oh, I need a new Wild Turkey 101. Oh, there's the 8-year sitting there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get that.
Here's the other part of this question too.
It hit me hard. What?
At the elevated price point, will you feel a little bit different when it comes to like putting it in?
I knew you were going to ask that. I knew you were going to ask that. Well, as soon as you started doing that, I was saying, am I going to treat this like a normal Wild Turkey 101 where like I don't care if I'm throwing it in some Coke Zero, I don't care if I'm like putting it on ice or throwing it old fashioned. Like I'm not worried about it going, as opposed to right now, like I have my bottle over here, which I appreciate Perry for picking up. This right now still feels like super special limited to me. So I'm like, I may not open this for a little bit since we're drinking some of Perry's. And
thanks. I'm kidding.
I gave you the choice.
I know you did. And I'm
what do you have beside you over there out of the camera?
Oh, you're going to be very excited.
I know. I was like, what do you have?
Oh, these Minecraft cards? That you gave me?
Yeah, I gave you some Minecraft cards.
Yeah, that's an easy trade.
Yeah, so everything's fine.
You give me some of your Turkey 101 8-year. I give you McDonald's Minecraft cards.
No, but going back to that question, I don't know. I guess I have to wait and see if they truly can keep this coming.
I mean, again, it goes back to like the expectation at the moment is this is going to be as shelf present as every other turkey product that is considered a staple. This is where like the psychology of it starts to like break down for me, because I am currently of the mindset where I just bought this bottle of regular Turkey 101 And I'm going to drink this before I get to the 8-year. Which, does that mean that that's how it's going to be for me always? Because
But you don't know that the 8-year is going to be around right now.
I know.
So that's why you're doing that. How long would it take for you to keep seeing it to where you're finally like, okay, I feel like the 8-year is here to stay?
The first number that jumped into my head was 6 months.
I can see that, yeah.
Which sucks.
That's not bad.
Yeah, which sucks, but I don't want to put the cart before the horse. And I also, but there's also like
Dude, going back to the regular 101, I just cannot believe the difference in these products.
I can't either. And I did the same thing, but at the same time, the regular 101 still really, really
there's
holds
nothing wrong.
up.
No, there's nothing. But
yeah, no. I'm not disagreeing with you.
This is still like right now. This is like comparing a Master's Keep to a Wild Turkey 101. I don't know why. Why'd they make it this good?
I don't know. Did they put 20-year Turkey 101 in this first batch?
I mean, this is the lowest number that it can be in it. So, 8 to 45-year-old turkey in here. I don't know. Like, that's the crazy.
Cue the conspiracy music.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I don't know if, right now this feels still too new and special for me to treat it like normal 101. Because I abuse normal 101.
I mean,
like in a bad way. Like, no, I'm not like an alcoholic abuse. I'm saying like, I'll put that.
Not my boy. Not my sweet boy.
No, I will like it. I'm not thinking about anything with it. Like, I'm just like, throw it in some Coke Zero, put it in this. Like, and I'll like just get another bottle.
To give, like insight into how the market currently looks in Lexington. When I bought my bottle last week at Liquor Barn, it was on the glass case, and there was a sign that said 1 bottle per customer per day. And then when I bought yours today, it was the last one on the shelf. So who's to say what it's going to look like in 6 months? Who's to say what it's going to look like this time next month? There's no clue. But what I was going to say too is the as far as hard data, as far as looking at how people are spending money, things are leveling out. So the expectation right now is that people are probably not going to hoard bottles in the way that we kind of thought that they, or kind of the way that we knew that they were 5 years ago.
Oh, God.
So, but you understand what I'm saying, though. Yeah. So there is a greater likelihood that in the next 6 months, if this does become a shelf staple, we are going to be able to walk into a store and it's going to be there. Think about stuff like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, Larceny, even Henry McKenna too, which even up until this time last year, we weren't able to find. And even at the elevated price point, which I think might have a little bit of something to do with the fact that it is still on the shelf regularly, it's still there.
Yeah.
Like, people are not buying it and hoarding it in the way that they were when Fred Minnick came out and said that it was his best bourbon of the year, or it won all those awards, or whatever it was.
Remember when Fred Minnick made Rare Breed go off the shelf?
I do remember. Yeah. But and that's another point too. The market is unpredictable. We cannot sit here and say we know for sure what it's going to look like 6 months to a year from now based on the current spending trends from the people who, have leveled things out in alcohol sales.
Yeah.
So even if we can, we predict, this is their new staple product. It's going to show up nationally in every store, and it's going to be affordable, and you're going to be able to, have it regularly. You can go through a bottle a week, and you can go back to your same store, and it's going to be right there.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be true. That's just where it, like, as a projection, it kind of looks like it's going to be right now. I bet this will
be pretty easy to get at the gift shop for a while.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like a lot of things are like that too. Like right now, there's a lot of like just gift shops constantly have just hitter things in the gift shop. It's always ready to go. I don't know, man. That's a good conversation. Made me think a lot, and I don't know. I'm probably like you. I probably wouldn't feel that way unless there was a good, consistent, like 6 months of seeing this there. And then by the time that 6 months goes around, they could be like, you know what, we don't have it anymore. It's limited. It's gone. And we could have had like bottles on
I'm
bottles.
gonna
on
yeet
bottles.
myself over the bridge. But you know what likely will happen. This is my own personal like expectation for myself. If this does wind up being on the shelf regularly for the foreseeable future, I will buy a bottle of the 8-year and I'll buy a bottle of the regular.
Dang, you're a high roller.
But I'm just saying, like, that would be my move, because I want to have the 8-year around because of how much I love it, and I want to have the regular around because it's my go-to.
Yeah. When does the 8-year become the go-to?
Again, if it's if it's shelf stable.
She sells seashells down by the seashore.
If it's shelf stable in 6 months.
Okay.
That's my benchmark. If on
Market.
It's
Mark it
April.
down.
So
April 25th. Right now, as recording.
So that would be October 25th. So basically Halloween. We'll come back to this conversation.
Will we, though? You better remind yourself.
I'm putting it in my calendar.
All right.
I'm not going to understand what this means, but...
Talk about Wild Turkey 8-year again and the 6-month project. You'll remember.
Okay.
Episode.
We're going to be recording on October 24th.
All right, that's the day. Where is Wild Turkey 8-year at this point?
Where is Wild Turkey 8-year at this point? All right. Hopefully I know why I put that in my phone.
All right. Everybody
then.
listening, watching, what do y'all think?
Let us know.
You had this. Would you replace 101 with it? Would you keep treating 8-year like it's a allocated product and you got to save some of it? What are you going to do? Let us know.
Should we do nose, palate, finish, and price?
We got to.
Okay, fine.
It's the review time.
Nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. Eric, the Whiskey Mutant Smith.
Super Mutant.
Ultimate Ego Smith.
Ultimate Ego Mutant 2.0.
What are you giving the nose on this guy?
4.5. It's so good.
I'm blown away, but I'm going to give it a 4, actually.
Palate for me, I'm going 4 on the palate.
I think I'm going a 4.5 on the palate.
See, I think it's delicious. I don't get as strong of on that nose, I get that extra, like, whatever that extra layer is, that extra leather, dusty style, like chocolate layer on there. I don't know. But it kind of drops a little bit on the palate. It's still delicious. I just don't get it as much. So that's why I kind of backed it down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a 4.5 on the palate. But here's the thing about the finish. The finish just makes me want to drink this.
The finish is
over and over and over.
The finish
and over
might
again.
be the most let me try to say this the right way, because I was getting ready to say mid, but we all know mid right now is like, I'm talking about it's the most middle, like straight up. It's not too long, not too short. It's almost perfect, if I could say that. Like sometimes like, I want a big, long lasting finish.
Sure.
It's a little too much. Maybe it like burns. And like, this is just like, here you go. I think you're good. And then it goes away.
Yeah.
And it does make you want to go have more.
I mean, it's got this like candy coated chocolate note to it, like
does
M&M
coated
almost,
chocolate. And it's coating as well.
medium to long. I think you're right. I think 4 is probably appropriate. I want to say 5 just because of how much I'm enjoying it, but I think 4 is like the objective
I was going to say 4.
point here. Yeah.
I think if it felt just a bit thicker. It's thick. It's
Yeah.
thick. I mean, but it is still just 101 proof. And to be such a heavy mouthfeel for that proof.
Yeah.
But we all know what that super syrupy thickness is like, and it's not quite there. So I think if it was a little thicker, I would go 4.5 to 5. But 4 is pretty damn good.
Price at $43.
$5. I mean,
$5.
5. I'm not even. Yeah, I wish it was $5. No, 5. I can't even.
If it's a $5 bottle, it's a 6 out of 10.
No, 5.
Or 6 out of 5.
5.
Dang it.
5.
It's a 5 for me as well.
I mean, that's a steal on this. If they consistently can make this taste this good, they've literally they're just giving us free stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's is
crazy.
An 18.5, right? 17.5.
17.5.
Yeah, 17.5. Sorry. I mean, I feel like that's about as high as a Turkey 101 should go.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, a
But
Turkey
dadgummit,
101
man.
that gets a score basically what we would give a Master's Keep or a Russell's 13 or something like that. Pretty freaking good.
Good Lord. Oh, I'm so happy with this.
This is great.
I'm looking forward to another bottle.
And thank you for mine.
You're welcome.
I will pay you. Minus the cards.
Dang it.
Those are worth like $42.
What if I just turn around and sell? Hey!
I was like, oh, he's taking the bait.
I just turn around and sell them on eBay.
you flipper.
Doing a little pour me, pour you. Because that's how we do anymore. I guess.
Yeah. Patreon. You want to get on that?
Got some. I've been figuring out what to do with the rest of this.
Oh, boy.
And I've been in the process of killing bottles ever since I got all of my whiskey back from my grandparents' house. And this bottle's been sitting around. And so I think it's finally time.
Oh, boy. Ah! The first bottle?
Yeah.
First batch?
First batch of Russell's 13.
Oh, boy. And you got a full bottle of it.
Did I?
Yeah. I think Eric Jansen got you a bottle. Remember?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Me and Swan had to split. We split bottles. Right out the gate.
It's so funny having somebody who listened to the podcast as a co-host on the podcast now, because you're much more of a like historian than I am. Because by the time I go to hit publish on an episode, I kind of forget.
Yeah.
Like I just like wipe it from my memory. I'm just done with it by that point.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I've been.
Is that the 17?
Yeah.
Still? Hold on. That's crazy how. That's nuts. Smell that 13 and then smell that 17.
Oh my. What? I feel like I'm going to have a religious experience.
Jesus.
Smelling the 13.
I smelled that 13. I was like, oh my God, that smells like it's 20 years old. And then that's why I grabbed Perry's. If you're just listening, I grabbed Perry's last little bit of the 17 that I gave him on Pour Me For You, which I just gave that away. But either way.
That's fine. Every now and then we give a little bit of a tease.
Insane. Like this smells like it's 17 years old.
It's so grapey, oaky.
And the fact, how long is it set like that?
Dude, I don't even
A
know.
long ass
A
time.
really long time. You remember how my bar was at my old house?
Yeah.
It sat on that bar for at least a year and a half to 2 years. No, wouldn't have been that long. When did Russell's 13 originally come out?
I mean, it's been, well, I have one of my stickers is 2022, and I think that was the second bottle I got. Me and Swan split 2 batches.
So 21?
It might have been. I mean, we have the power of Google.
So, I mean, if I'm not wrong, then 2021 is when the first batch came out. And if that's the case, it very likely sat at that level.
April 2021.
That's crazy.
The first batch of Russell's Reserve 13-year-old bourbon was released April 2021.
And we moved in July of 23. And I guarantee you it's been sitting at that level for basically 4 years. And it's April of 25. So this has been
it's
4 years.
It's turned for the good.
Which is not something we normally say.
Jesus.
That's just a good sign that I take good care of my bottles for the most part. Aside from that one bottle of Blanton's, the RIP. Rest in power, King.
Don't bring that up. All right, cheers. Okay. What the hell? What the hell? I don't even know what to say right now. Dude, I don't know what
I think
to
I'm going to cry. I started to feel tears well up for a second.
I really don't know what to say. That is so good.
That's done nothing but improve.
It's like it's aged. And I know that's impossible, but it's like it's aged.
I don't remember it ever being that good.
It's like it's aged.
How?
Magic.
How did it? How? What? What do you mean? Where did you come from? I don't even remember what did we have last year that was our number one?
Stag. Well, I think I had Stag. Stag Junior.
I thought wait.
Didn't I have Stag Junior? Number one? Or did I put something else?
I thought it was the Russell's 15.
Was that last year?
Had to have been.
I don't remember even yesterday, Perry. I don't know.
Yeah, Russell's 15.
What did we have? What was Stag?
The B524?
Was it like our second or so?
I mean, it was in our top 10, but
we only had samples of the 15-year.
Yeah.
We didn't have a bottle.
This almost feels better than...
Did you put the 15 in that?
No. We finished the 15.
I don't know.
We're back from the 15. Some say we never left.
Jesus Christ.
That's the crazy... It almost makes me mad that we didn't finish it sooner. But maybe it wouldn't have been as good.
I was going to say, what's to say we would have had the same experience? Maybe it was meant to be right here.
Man, everything's going to happen for a reason one way or another. I guess. I don't know.
Everything is beautiful
I don't believe
now.
in that crap.
No.
Do you have any high proof hot takes?
I do, because I didn't get to finish. We didn't finish last week's.
There's more?
We said we had a high proof hot take together.
Together?
Real IDs.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
fucking high proof hot take real IDs. You know the amount of crap I've had to go through. Listen to this. So this real ID thing is so dumb to me. Whatever. But I'm doing it because I got a day at Disney planned.
Yeah.
Got to be able to fly because it's after the date. So I set my appointment up. Apparently now you can't even get appointments.
Great. I mean, I don't have anywhere to fly for a while, so I'm just waiting.
But this is what I've been trying to deal with for about 2 months. I've been trying to get a birth certificate because I didn't have one
At all?
I don't know where it's at. I mean,
Okay. No.
I don't know. I had to reorder one.
Okay.
But
We'll talk about that portion of it off stream. Off episode, sorry.
why?
Because Lucy just got birth certificates for the girls.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if she did something magical to make it happen quickly. But it came in like 2 weeks.
No, all my kids have them. No,
No, I'm just saying, but like she also got one for herself too.
right. But listen, April got one for herself, and it came in like 2 weeks. You got to listen to what
Okay,
happened
all
to
right.
me.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna listen.
So, I, with young parents, and obviously, didn't even hardly know my dad or anything. At one point, when I was younger, Gran and my grandpa, officially adopted me. So, I knew that was a thing, but I didn't know that changed my birth certificate. So, I went through about four weeks of going back and forth with the vital statistics, giving my actual mom and dad's name and stuff, and they're like, we can't find you. They could not find me in the system. April already had hers. They sent mine back. They went back and forth.
You're about to be deported.
I said I don't exist right now.
I shouldn't joke about that.
It's fun. We can joke about it. We're adults. Anyway,
that's not what I mean.
I was about to be sent back to Knott County, Kentucky, apparently. So
okay.
Either way, no, they couldn't find my birth certificate. They couldn't look me up, and I was like, "What the hell? What is going on?" I went back and forth with them, and they were trying to help me. And I'm getting closer to my appointment is Tuesday.
Like this past Tuesday?
No, this coming Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
And I still hadn't had my birth certificate. That's the thing you have to have. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, Gran, can you look at the house and see if you can find something? She found an old folder that had copies of my birth certificate because it was
can't use those.
No, because it was for baseball tournaments.
Yeah.
When I was in Little League and we traveled at All Stars, so the only thing we could find was old copies, which do not work. But I started looking at the copy, and the birth certificate had been changed to show that it was Gran and my papaw as my parents. And that's finally the answer that I needed. And they were able to, and it came in today. Yesterday.
Jeez.
I checked the mail this morning before I went to work. It came in yesterday, my finally official birth certificate. So I can get my real ID Tuesday. This is what I've been dealing with. I went from what the heck to it's like I've just, out of nowhere realized why they couldn't find it. All to be able to just fly to freaking Disney World in a couple of weeks.
I'm sorry.
So yes, for a couple of weeks, I was not a real person, Perry. I was not me. I was just a figment of everybody's imagination.
You really were the whiskey mutant.
I was.
You were not even Eric Smith.
No, it took over.
Which, by the way, now that I think about it, it sounds like a fake name.
You've
been trying to fake me out this whole time.
After the episode, I go, I really was lying. I actually put Whiskey Mutant as my first name, and like they couldn't find me. And I went for like weeks trying to like,
buddy,
no, my name is Whiskey Mutant.
We need to talk. You've been drunk for like 8 years.
No, but that was it. That was it. I didn't realize and didn't think about it that my official birth certificate was changed after they adopted me.
And that's not even something that like Gran would have thought of.
She didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
None of us remember until we saw that copy and realized. And then when I put in the information, they were like, we found it. And then they sent it to me and I got it yesterday. So by the time this comes out, hopefully I have some sort of real ID that I can fly to Disney.
Well, I mean, it'll take a couple weeks for you to.
Well, they give you
the paper one. You're right. You're right.
I shouldn't be stuck at the airport. Hopefully.
Wait, when are you going?
The 18th of May.
Am I gonna have to do it some more?
No, it's remember we're doing the 24-hour thing.
Oh, that's right.
It's a Sunday.
Yeah.
We fly out early that morning and we fly back that night.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the good thing about
kind of jealous.
Well, the good thing about, I don't know if I mentioned this or did I put it on the other podcast?
It was on the other podcast.
But when we had that big snowstorm, ice storm, and we had to drive back from our last trip, I had free tickets, and I kept testing it out, and I was like, wait a second. It just said you are qualified for this total. And then I went and changed some. I added like a seat selection and like, okay, you're qualified for this. So I put it as the first class or whatever Frontiers is, where there's only 2 seats and it's the front and you got like your own second. And it was like, you are qualified for this. I just went all out.
Amazing. Oh, that's so good.
So yeah, the flight is free. So that's good. And
I love that.
We're going to Epcot and because the Flower and Garden Festival is going on. So we're going to see if we can survive basically leaving the house at 3 a.m. and probably getting back the next day at 3
You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you.
Okay. But yeah, high proof hot take real IDs. Apparently they've been working on this since 9/11 or something like that. Never forget.
Tips and bits.
Tips and bits.
Part of the show where we recommend things we've been watching, reading, listening to, enjoying that we also want you to check out. I can't think of anything else other than Daredevil that we've both been enjoying.
Yeah, we got some other stuff we've watched that you're waiting to watch that we'll talk about.
Yeah,
again,
I want to watch Sinners before.
Gotta watch Sinners in theaters.
Before you talk about it.
You got to watch Sinners in theaters in the
IMAX.
Yeah. Watch it in Hamburg at the IMAX. We watched it at Cinemark, which has the IMAX equivalent on this side of town.
RPX or whatever. Is that what it is? I don't know.
DX or something.
Yeah.
Suck it. Da-na-na-na-na.
I want to say this before we get too far into our thoughts on this season of Daredevil Born Again. I don't think this season is perfect. I had there was one episode where I was like, I like what they're trying to do with it. I think it was very obvious that this was the reshoot episode. And it didn't work perfectly for me, but I think overall it was like an 8.5, 8 or 8.5 out of 10.
There were some
you know what I mean?
things that there was a couple things that
I'm being very nitpicky, by the way.
No, I am too. There are some things that I can truly say this wasn't a perfect show.
Yeah,
but it was
phenomenal, and
good.
I genuinely could not wait for the next episode to come out week after week.
I think that's a perfect way to put it. There was never an end of an episode where I was like, oh, well, that was cool. I wonder what they're going to do next time. It was always, and April watched it with me, and it was one of the first shows that she was like, so normally, like, if she's like tired or something, she's like, I don't want to watch it. You can watch it. We'll catch up. Or like, we got to put it off. But it was like, you know what? We got to watch this new episode. And every time it ended, it was like, did we get an extra episode or anything like that? Like, no.
And they did that weird thing where like it started out the season with 2 episodes that dropped, and then midway through the season there were 2 episodes that dropped.
Yeah.
But every other week throughout the series, and I don't mean every other week like there was one week and then the next week. I mean like throughout the series release, it was just 1 episode per week.
Yeah.
So there were only 2 weeks that 2 episodes came out. It was, you know, the rest of the release schedule, there was 1 episode. But yeah, I constantly was like, I'm ready to see what happens next. And even like in some of what you would think would be the duller moments, like when it's a court procedural, I still was so
like
locked in.
Stressful.
I was so locked in. White Tiger is one of my favorite vigilante characters in the comics.
The end of like the White Tiger portion of the show,
which is the first 3 episodes.
I mean, I was like, oh my God.
Traumatizing.
Yeah. I was like, and the fact that this is true, not like this is a Hulu show that you can watch on Disney Plus because you have the package and stuff. This is a straight up Disney Plus original. And by God, when they gave us the warning that it was going to be violent and all that stuff, I was like, oh, whatever. Yeah, I'm sure it
was
be
very
like,
violent.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't. How much do we want to spoil here?
I
mean, it's been out for a week.
The finale's been out for almost 2 weeks by now.
Yeah.
I think we say if you are a fan of Daredevil and you kept up with the Netflix series, you're going to love this. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It's violent. It's riveting. The acting is amazing and stuff like that. And then we say,
we forgot to do barrel rings. We'll do it after this.
Then we say a little spoiler. We'll do a little spoiler.
Yeah, skip ahead to
couple minutes.
Barrel rings, because we still have to do that as well.
Fisk. Okay, I just want to say one of my least favorite parts of this whole series was the first episode, and I got a little worried because when they did this thing where it looked like he was like Spider-Maning, like, and I was like, it looked weird.
Yeah, no, it did, and I was like, okay, I like what they're going for here, because what you're talking about is when Daredevil started doing more acrobatic movements, you know, up to go catch Bullseye, you know, towards a rooftop. And he was very like jelly-like.
It just didn't look real.
It didn't, and it was very CGI,
and I was like,
noticeable.
And I got worried for a second. I was like, is this how it's going to be?
But then, like, he doesn't become Daredevil for another 5 episodes.
I know.
And it's like, okay, well, clearly they're just trying to make this more grounded, you know, the further it goes on. But I agree with what you're saying, but I also, like, in the back of my mind, I'm going, there's a part of me that wanted to see more of this sort of action from the Netflix Daredevil series, because, and they even talk about this, the creators, that they were limited by their budget from what they were given at Netflix. I don't remember exactly what it was.
See,
but,
that's what I liked about it, because it
No, I agree.
But I don't know.
It just would have been nice to see more, like, because Daredevil is also a swinging through the streets, you know, hero.
In the comics, that's all he's doing. It just looked...
It looked flimsy.
Weird. And I was worried for a second that we're going to have a lot of that, and I didn't like that. You got more turkey.
I told you, it was all turkey all the time.
But everything was changed because, like you said, we didn't see Daredevil. You don't see Daredevil after the first episode for a while.
Yeah.
But there is a scene in this series where Daredevil and Kingpin, a.k.a. Wilson Fisk, are sitting in a diner talking to each other. that absolutely blew me away.
It was unbelievably
And it
good.
set the tone for this entire show.
Yeah.
That scene, you can say
Oh, you haven't finished that. I'm sorry.
you can say the the opening, we suspect Foggy is dead. And I will say, if you're listening, you've seen it. There is a comic where Foggy fakes his death. We don't know if they're doing that or not.
I don't think he's dead.
But you think that sets the tone and it sets the story up. But that spot when they are going back and forth, as normal, as Matt Murdock and Kingpin, and they, you stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane type. That was so good, and it pretty much set up the rest of the series.
Yeah. Even though Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk was not as large as he has been in previous iterations of the Kingpin,
but
he was.
They did give you like a little Easter egg of that. Did you notice that when his suits don't start fitting when he starts getting?
Oh yeah.
When he starts getting more badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. In the comics and cartoons and different things like that.
But even
Kingpin is a freaking like monstrous man.
But even in Hawkeye, he was huge.
Yeah,
he was gigantic. I still felt like he was a
that's a good pick.
Monstrous presence.
Yeah.
Like he was way more intimidating in this.
Yeah.
And I think it was because he was so quiet throughout most of it, and the slow buildup, like when he goes down to Red Hook and he has dinner next to Adam, the guy that was Vanessa's lover.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this guy still hasn't changed. Like he's still violent. He's still evil.
Let me at her.
Yeah, like it was just a very effective storytelling method that, we always talk about show don't tell with storytelling. Yeah. And they constantly were giving us this like, oh, maybe he's reformed. But then there were these slow hints of like, well, he's not trusted by the cops.
And then he makes his own task force.
Exactly. And the task force has Punisher tattoos. Yeah. And like, that's a dog whistle for guys who are way too invested in like...
that sucks because I have a Punisher tattoo, but it's with a Marvel theme, my leg.
Right. But it's not...
But there are people who are like, American flag, like Punisher symbols.
They completely misunderstand what the Punisher stands for.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. But like that scene where Frank is sitting there, and it's the shot of the back of his head, and he goes, "You're all a bunch of clowns."
Yeah,
is so unbelievable, and it's gonna be lost. Like that's just the end of the story,
man.
Everything
Frank scenes are so good. Red, you gotta do it. Just do it, Red.
I just, what's his name? I cannot think of it off the top of my head. John.
Yeah, plays Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What is his name?
I can't think of it. But
God, he's so good.
I have never spent a moment watching him, John Bernthal.
Yeah.
On in any role where I have not fully believed that he is just that character.
Right.
I'm just so fully invested in him as an actor. Anyway, I don't even remember the initial point I was trying to make here. I just got lost.
Punisher scenes are awesome.
Punisher scenes are fantastic. The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, the series was really good. But I know you haven't. But have you seen any of the set leaks from season 2?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm trying to avoid everything.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything then.
Okay. I will say the only thing at the end I was a little disappointed in. So, spoiler alert, you're still listening. You're in for spoilers. He's like, we need an army to fight an army.
And there was no Luke Cage.
There was
no Iron Fist. It was just
couple
him
random police officers, detective, Karen. I'm like, okay, y'all, you got me.
It is cool to see Karen back, though.
No, I like
I will
that.
say.
But you could have put somebody in there for me. But
Well,
I'm sure it's going to be foot. I messed this. We messed this up last time, or I messed it up. Foot to the ground, nose to the ground. These people that are like
ear to the ground.
The people that are
whatever,
actually like the army, and whatever. Our normal citizens who are helping fight everybody. But all in all,
and like Spider-Man can't appear in Marvel TV shows because of the rights that Sony has.
They're probably gonna, they could make like a portal open and it's like cartoon Spider-Man.
I mean, Sony is gonna wind up selling Spider-Man to Marvel eventually. Yeah. I think that's the meta that is going to happen. All that being said, though, the funny thing about a lot of Marvel TV series, I don't think I'm ever going to go back and like rewatch any of them. Like it's not like Twin Peaks. It's not like
it's too much. It's just too much.
It's not like Watchmen, where there are things that I missed or things that I felt like I could pick up on more of if I go back to it another time. This was just like, boom, I get it. Like I understand, like I'm a big enough Marvel fan where the references are there. And even if, there's a little bit of something that I missed, I can, go on Instagram and somebody's like, oh, there's a reference to like this issue of Daredevil,
right.
And you're fine. You can move on. But I'm very excited for season 2.
Oh yeah.
I think that it's a good thing that this show was not written as a reboot.
Oh, I love that it's just continuation.
It's a continuation, which is incredible. I'm really happy that even though, Foggy was killed off, I don't think he's dead. We still got to see some of the OG characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest flaw was a lot of the supporting characters they were given. I don't like his therapist girlfriend. I don't like the cop guy that he's
his agent.
Cherry, is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just whatever. But yeah, overall, I think it's like an 8 out of 10. Just
I would agree
for how well they progressed the story, and I think
it definitely makes you feel like we are in like a kind of back to the top tier Marvel.
I agree.
Stuff. Yeah.
Anyway, we're circling back to barrel rings.
859
428
8253. Call that number 859-428-8253. You can text it, you can call it. Either way, we'll read it, listen to it. You're part of the show for a few minutes, and here we go.
We got a text from our friend Emily Chambers. She asked, what do you think floods and weather will do to future availability?
I don't think it's changed much other than the actual experience of being a distiller.
Right, but I mean, this is a question for 5 to 10 years down the line, especially with
I don't know
climate change.
I don't know if it hit anything that crazy.
I know, but I think what she's talking about is as things change more drastically.
Like if we continue to have these big events happen.
Yeah. Like how will availability be affected? I don't know. And the reason is because we're still seeing, at least in Kentucky, 4 distinct seasons. But I mean, if we keep getting, major weather events, I mean, who's to say, man? It's so hard to tell. You know who are really big whiskey people? Weathermen.
Really?
Weather people. Jim Cantori.
Because they're always drunk whenever they give the weather report, and it's never right.
Who's to say? It could be a storm. It could be the brightest, sunniest day you've ever
70%
seen.
chance of good weather today, and it's a friggin' disaster.
One of my best friends gave me the most accurate description of weather. It's either going to happen or it's not.
Yeah. There you go.
So, I don't know. I'd like to have a weather person on sometime to
Cool.
talk about.
Jim Caldwell's from Hazard.
Is he really?
Uh-huh. That's who I used to listen to.
Let's get Jim on.
All right. Cool.
I like Jim.
We have the same haircut.
Actually. Bald.
Yeah.
Also, geez.
Okay.
This is from Ryan Jeeves. Howdy, boys. Your good friend Ryan Jeeves here. Today was a good day in West Michigan. And it's just a picture of Four Roses Limited Edition.
From Meyer. From a grocery store. I don't even have anything to say.
And that's it. He says, have a great week, everyone.
Just bragging. Yeah, you would think that, we would get that stuff. Yeah, we get stuff at Kroger, but it's not even like in the actual grocery store.
You know what's at Kroger most of all nowadays? Knob Creek 18.
Bookers?
Well,
in boxes?
Yeah.
Knob Creek 18 is always on the back shelf.
It really is, and I really appreciate it.
One day
it's at a good price, too. It's like $150.
I'm going to just have like an extra $150, and I'm just going to be like, it's time to get it. But
I do love Knob Creek 18. Don't get me wrong.
I appreciate that that flex right there on us. And my dog's going crazy.
And I appreciate you going to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast and supporting the show.
One.
For as little as $1 a month and as little as $5 a month, you can get bonus content every single daggum week, including a bonus episode on Mondays and the pregame chats on Tuesdays, including as well the unedited, uncut, unaired it's too much, people. But it's if you just take the RSS feed that you get by signing up to the Patreon and plug it into your podcast app of choice, you can get the bonus content that we put out for Patreon right in your podcast app. You don't even have to go to Patreon. You can get that RSS feed. You get it on your podcast app. You can listen to it right there. And it's easy. It's easy. Just like our brand new Patreon subscriber at the $5 tier, Mr. Michael Schneider. He is also one of our friends that has been a follower for a while. He left a comment on this week's episode on YouTube where he said, I'll be in Lexington for a quick trip on May 10th. If you need me to lean on Perkins a little to get the New Riff bottles back, I can be paid in single barrel ice cream.
He's going to get my bottles back for me.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to say.
It's pretty crazy that I still haven't got those back.
I know.
But we already talked about this. You know why?
Why?
Because I saw Schneider.
You and Schneider, yeah.
Schneider. We were on it was a field trip. I don't know if he has kids or not. He was just there. We went on a field trip to
Sorry, this is very serious. I shouldn't be laughing.
To a McDonald's plant. And we got to watch how chicken nugget meat is made. We got to watch the chicken nugget meat actually be made together.
Was there lava involved?
Lava chicken. Steve, lava chicken now, spicy as hell. But
ooh, mama sitting
now you're ringing my bell. But it's actually like a distillery tour. We got to dip our finger in that
the goo.
Taste it, and they were like, "It's fine."
Did you get salmonella?
No, but we got a Patreon member because we dipped. Our fingers crossed paths at the same time in the goo.
No, but we got a Patreon member.
And he looked at me and he was like, "Wait a second, I recognize you." And I was trying to be incognito, and I had like sunglasses on and stuff because I was
right. Because when you went to go in, your fingers touched.
Yeah,
you touched tips.
We tipped. Yeah. So he instantly knew we're connected, and the best way to connect with me is to be on Patreon because you can get all the uncut stuff and the bonus stuff, and he did it. So we are Goo Brothers.
Goo Mamacita.
Goo Mamacita, now you're ringing my bell. Crispy and spicy, now you're having a snack. Ooh, super spicy, it's a lava attack!
You can also find all of our apparel and merchandise at bourbonshop.threadless.com. I do all of the apparel design, all of the, graphic design there.
Do you want me to just send my Whiskey Mutant stuff over and you just put it on there?
I would love for that.
I can just send you the files.
We may as well. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Sure.
You can actually take it and make a Whiskey Mutant, It's My Whiskey Mutant podcast shirt.
That'd be hilarious. I'll do a big, it looks like spray paint. Like you've taken over the show.
Yeah. If people
That'd be pretty sick,
actually. All the stuff goes to the podcast anyway. So if people want Whiskey Mutant gear, that's just, the normal design.
That'd be an easy place for it.
I'll send it over to you.
Okay. All right. Fine. Whatever.
Somebody has to comment that. At least one person. At least one person.
All you have to say is, I want Whiskey Mutant merch on the Tim Bibb shop. One person. Kyle. I know it's going to be you, but just put it on.
It can't
the
be
YouTube.
Kyle because you said that.
Oh, it can't be Kyle? All right. Somebody other than Kyle.
Somebody has to put it on a comment. It has to be a comment. It can't be a DM, and it can't be Kyle.
It has to be a public comment on the YouTube video.
It can't be Kyle. It can't be Dawn. It can't be Tony Bag of Donuts. It can't be Jared. And it can't be W. Leb. It can't be Steven.
Steven hasn't commented on anything in a while.
It can't be John.
I haven't heard anything from Steven in a minute.
Can't be Chade. So if you're not on that list, you can do it.
But please, because it'd be good for us.
Yeah.
You can also send us an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you don't want to hit us up on social media, which is a really good way for you to contact us, but you go do it. I'll finish this up.
See you guys. This is an episode for me.
I'm wrapping it up here. Send us an email. This is mybourbonshop@gmail.com. It's a great way to contact us. You can also send us comments or private DMs messages on social media. I'm at my bourbon pod or at pritter1792. Eric is at Whiskey Mutant on most social media for the most part. You can also send us any kind of packages. What's that? Anyway, if you want to send us samples, if you want to send us stuff that you want us to pair, or just some general correspondence, if you want to send us a handwritten letter, we haven't got one of those in a while. We got one of those from Jared a while ago, and I finally found that after we moved and read it out here on the podcast. P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky 40522. That P.O. Box is going to be open for who knows how long. But it will be open. I feel very lonely right now that Eric has left me. You can also leave us a voicemail or a text message from your mobile device. Your iPhone, your whatever. I don't care. 859-428-8253 for the Barrel Ring segment of the show. You can be a momentary guest on the podcast. Just be a part of it. We love it. 859-428-8253 for Barrel Rings. And then last but not least, leave us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast app of choice. We'll read it out here on the show. Apple Podcasts is the best way to do that, and I don't think we have anything new this week. Nope, we don't. But that is, in fact, what we call a show, a podcast, a thing that we do every single week. That was Eric. He was here. And I'm Perry. And I'll see you next week. But until then, this is my bourbon podcast. Oh, wait. No, he's coming back. Come on. Wait. I haven't hit stop yet.
I have a dog incident.
Oh, no.
I'm Whiskey Mutant.
And I'm Perry. And this is my bourbon podcast.
Bye.